Hey guys, Josh here and welcome back to Rune Factory 5, and today I'm going to be telling you everything you should do when you get a Meteor shower. And you're probably wondering, what is a Meteor shower? How do you get one? So Meteor showers in Rune Factory 5 are weather conditioned, just like the typhoons or the rainy days. So they are completely random, so there's no way to trigger them. And also they can happen in any season, and right now I'm on the 20th day of summer, and it is actually my very first Meteor shower, so they are quite rare. And also if you look outside, it looks pretty much like a regular sunny day. So the only way to know for sure that it is a meteor shower during the daytime is to take a look at the little weather icon in the top right corner. So since there are some special things that can only be done during the meteor shower days and also the day after, what I would recommend, just in case you mess something up, is to save at the beginning of the day. And actually the interesting stuff on meteor days starts at 7 PM, so I'm gonna see you guys a bit later. Alright, so it's now past 7 PM, and as you can see we have plenty of beautiful shooting stars in the sky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check my map, and I'm gonna go to this area over there. So I'm gonna see you guys there in a minute. Alright, so I made it here, and as you can see here, all year round there's always gonna be some regular griffons, but when you come after 7 PM when there's a meteor shower, you're gonna see this black killer griffon. So one of the great things with the killer griffon is that of course you can tame them, but they can also drop a very valuable item called the Melia apple, which is very useful for crafting. So I'm gonna try to get one with my seed circle. So unfortunately right now I just got a crystal fragment. So in order to get more drops from this monster, I'm gonna have to warp to a different map. So I'm either gonna go on my farm dragon, or I'm gonna go home and then I'm gonna come back. So now I'm gonna go back to the killer griffon, and I should be able to get another drop with my seed circle. So basically in Rune Factory 5 you can only get one drop per monster with the seed circle, but if you change map and you come back, you're gonna be able to get another one. And one thing to keep in mind is that the killer griffon only spawns one time when there's a meteor shower, so you just have to be careful that you don't kill it, because if you do, you're gonna have to wait until the next meteor shower. And I think that later in game you're gonna unlock a dungeon with a warp point right here. Unfortunately I don't have this now, so I have to walk back and forth, but if you get the warp point there, of course you can go there very quickly. So yeah, let's just try to get some more Melia apples, and as you can see right now I just got a feather, so I'm gonna go back to my farm dragon and come back. Alright, so I just got my first Melia apple, so let's take a quick look at it. So at first glance when you look at the Melia apple, it looks like a really bad item. If you eat it, it's gonna make you really weak. And if you use it for crafting, it's actually gonna reduce your strength by 100, the vitality by 150, your intelligence by 100, and all of the elemental resistance by 10%. However, don't be fooled by this first impression, because it is actually one of the best items in the game in order to enhance your armor. So we're not gonna go into too much details on how to craft in this video. I'm probably gonna dedicate a whole video on this, but I'm just gonna show you the power of the Melia apple. So right here I've got this armor that I wanna improve. And over here I've got the Object X. So Object X is really easy to craft. You have to use the medicine table, and basically you can put any random stuff that's not gonna make a real potion. So it can be like rock or weed or anything that doesn't make a real potion is gonna give you Object X. And what Object X does is that once you put it on an equipment, it will actually reverse the effect of everything that you're gonna put after. So all of the negative effects of the Melia apple are actually going to become positives. So I'm going to apply the Object X to my armor, and just at first glance it doesn't make any difference on the armor, like the defense and all the stats are the same. And next I'm going to put the Melia apple. So of course all of the effects of the Melia apple are really bad. But if you take a look here on my armor, you can see that my stats are now all positive. So it would give me an extra 100 strength, 150 vitality, 100 of intelligence, and 10% for all elemental resistance. The only problem right now is that, as you can see, it would cost 28,000 RP, which I don't have right now, so I can't craft it. I'm gonna have to level up my crafting skill a little bit, but it just gives you a really good idea of what is possible to do with the Melia apple. And also keep in mind that you can do this multiple times to stack up the effects, so it is really good. But yeah, meteor showers are really rare, so just make sure you hoard your Melia apples as much as you can. However, today, since it's my very first meteor shower and my first time seeing the killer griffon, I'm not gonna keep my Melia apples because I want to try to tame this killer griffon. And of course, the killer griffon's favorite item is the Melia apple. So I've got 3 apples now, and I just saved my game. So I'm gonna try to tame the griffon with my 3 apples, but if I fail, I should be able to load my save file and try again. So with like most monsters, the first thing you want to do if you want to tame the killer griffon is to take your brush and you just brush the monster like this multiple times, like this, until there's no more musical notes. And then I'm gonna take my Melia apples. And let's see how that goes. And of course, he keeps moving, so that's kind of tricky. But I'm gonna try to give him an apple. And oh, so see, I was really lucky. I got it on the first try. So I'm gonna be able to keep my 2 other apples, which is pretty good, pretty lucky. So here's my killer griffon. That was really quick, really easy. So let's ride him and let's see his different attacks. So I think that in terms of riding speed, it's pretty much the same as the regular griffons. So in terms of attacks, you've got this little short range attack, which is pretty basic. And you've got this one right here, which has a pretty big range and it's quite good. And this tornado, so yeah, it's pretty good. And I think it's a little bit better than the regular griffon. And so it's 4:30 right now, so I'm gonna go to bed and see you a little bit later in the morning. By the way, I like how you always wake up at 6 in Rune Factory, so even though I went to bed at 4:30, I only slept an hour and a half, but I'm full of energy, so you can always try to take advantage of that. So today looks like any other regular sunny days, but if I go outside town, I should be able to find some meteors. So there's actually 5 different spots in this map where I get a chance of seeing a meteor. There's also 5 spots in this map, and 5 spots here as well. So right now I'm gonna go all around the map and try to find as many meteors as I can. Alright, so I just found my first meteor right here. So what you gotta do with these meteors is just take your hammer and just hammer them like this, and you're gonna get a chance of getting shooting star seeds. It's completely random, so unfortunately for this one, I only got scrap metal, so hopefully I can find another meteor. And also, the better your hammer is, the more drops you're gonna get, so you'll get a higher chance of getting the shooting star seeds. So I just finished exploring this area right here, and I didn't find anything. So now I'm gonna go over there, and it's gonna be my last chance of finding meteors. Alright, so I just found one right here, so hopefully I'm gonna be a little bit luckier. There's really no guarantee that you're gonna get 1 meteor per area, it's completely random. So hopefully we're gonna get some seeds in this one, and yes, so as you can see I got 2 right here. And also one thing you can do, I'm not sure if it's a bug, but as you can see right now I broke down the meteor, I got my seeds. But actually there's a save point right here, so I'm gonna save my game, and then I'm just gonna load it back. And as you can see, the meteor is back. So I still have my 2 seeds, and let's see if I can get more. So I'm really not sure if that's a glitch or if it's intentional, but I got another shooting star seed. So right now, as you can see, I have 3 of them, which is pretty good. So I could just save and load, and do this as many times as I want. But let's just do it one more time. And as you can see, I've got another seed, so I have now 4 shooting star seeds. It makes it super easy, but as I said, I'm not sure if it's a glitch or not. So I'm playing on version 1.0.3 of the game, so when you guys are playing it might be different, but for now that's something you can do, so just keep that in mind. So basically what these shooting star seeds will do is that they will allow you to plant some shooting star crops, and the crops will vary depending on the season. So if you plant these seeds in spring, you're gonna get a shooting star strawberry. If you plant them in summer, you're gonna get a shooting star corn. In autumn, you can get shooting star pumpkins. And in winter, you can get shooting star potatoes. So the seeds are the same, but the crops will just depend on what season you actually plant the seed. So as you can see, these crops are quite big. They take 4 squares each. So let me just plant everything. And of course, I'm just gonna water them. And I'm gonna see you guys in a few days when they're all ready to harvest. Alright, so it's been a few days, and look at this huge, beautiful, colorful shooting star corn. So let's harvest these, and as you can see right now, this one just dropped a seed, so I'm gonna be able to use it. Maybe I can wait for autumn, then I'm gonna get a shooting star pumpkin. And unlike regular corn, of course, you're not gonna be able to harvest these multiple times. Like, one seed is just gonna give you 1 corn. So let's pick these up. And let's just check how much they're worth if you want to sell them. So they would actually sell for 15,000 each. So they're quite valuable. So just for this, I think they're worth it. But I'm just going to keep 1 of them. And I'm going to be heading to this pond right here. And I'm going to see you guys when I get there. Alright, so I just arrived at the pond and I'm gonna take my big shooting star corn and I'm just gonna throw it in the pond. And then this fairy pops up and she's gonna give me a headdress. And depending on the crop, you're gonna get a different seasonal headdress. So since I gave the corn, I'm getting the summer headdress, but you can also get a spring, autumn, and winter headdress. It all depends on the crop that you actually throw in the pond. So the stats are not really good. So for the summer headdress here, I get 2 defense, I get 1 magic defense, and 5% of fire resistance. But of course, when you wear it as an accessory, I think it looks pretty cute. But personally, I think that the best use for the headdresses is to give them to any villager you would like to see wearing them. So in my case, I'm gonna give it to Beatrice, and as you can see, she wore it right away, and I think it fits her pretty well, and she looks pretty cute, so yep. So yeah, they just act as pretty cute accessories and fun gifts. So as far as I know, that's pretty much all you can do with the shooting star crops. So to summarize everything that you can do when you get shooting stars in Rune Factory 5, you can tame the killer griffon. You can also get Melia apples from the killer griffon, which are going to be very useful to enhance your armor in endgame. And then the next day from the meteors, you're going to be able to get some meteor seeds, and then you can plant them to get some meteor crops. And then from these crops, you can get seasonal headdresses. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you were able to learn something new. Please click like and subscribe if you'd like to see more Rune Factory 5 content like this, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.